If you have no friends, literally, I feel like everyone says that they don't have any friends when they really do, but there are some people out there that just really don't have any friends. So hopefully this video will help you, comfort you, whatever effect it has on you, hopefully it has a good one. I think it's okay to let out a little bit of our complaints, so if you would like to do that, feel free to do that in the comments. Let's just go ahead and be honest, a to be honest video about friendship.
Finish work again. Another week in the bag, and now it's time to start my weekend.
Quite a lot of questions I get on Twitter, Instagram, even on YouTube is how to deal with fake friends. They don't include me for certain things. I just don't feel like I have one person I really connect with. I'm gonna hopefully give you guys some points as to how to decipher if you have a fake friend or a real friend. So with the help of some articles, I'll list them down below. I have a few different pointers and some things that I've learned from my life where you can totally tell if a person is a real friend or a fake friend. The first point would definitely be, do you feel better after you spend time with this person or a group of people? If you hang out at the movies or you go out to dinner with a group of your 4 different girlfriends and you have a great time, you feel like you guys literally laugh your butts off and you just feel better after you hang out with them, like you replenish something in your soul. Those pretty much will be real and true friends. You can pretty much tell just by that point if they are real friends. But if you're sitting there and you feel like you're not very included, or you feel like you have to constantly say something to impress those people, or just not be yourself, kind of feel like you're out of your element, those friends probably aren't the right friends for you. I went through this in middle school. I hung out with a group of friends where I just felt like I was constantly challenged to say a certain thing that would just be like, not me, you know? And I am so thankful that throughout high school I found who my true friends were. And yes, throughout the years, your number of friends will die down because there are certain people that can handle you and there are certain people that can't handle you on a very personal level. And not saying that in a rude way, I'm just saying that there are literally only a few people in the area that you live that you can truly connect with. And if you haven't found that yet, then just keep holding tight, because there are people out there, and I know a lot of people that live around me haven't found that yet too. And so that also goes into a different subject of just being there for people, even if you feel like you're just acquaintances. Show that you actually truly care. That's the biggest thing, I think, in a friendship, is if you truly care about what they're saying, you're a good listener. Those are some really key points when you want to get a friend. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but these are like one of my favorite videos to film. So just in the middle of this video, if you would like to give it a thumbs up for more of these types of videos, please do. I remember doing a to be honest on I hate my body, and it got around 50,000 thumbs up, and I just said simply to thumbs it up if you want more. So here I am doing another one. I don't know what type of topics you guys want to see next, but I'm just going to keep on talking in this video, and if you like it, then like it. And the very last thing I'd like to say in deciphering between fake friend versus real friend, if the friendship feels good, it is good. But if a person tries to control you, criticize you, abuses your generosity, or brings unwanted danger, drama, or negative influences into your life, it's time to take a hard look at that value of the friendship. A good friendship does not require you to act against your own values, always agree with the other person, or disregard your own needs. That, I think, is necessary, because you should feel like an individual in a friendship. You shouldn't have to feel like you are molding to someone else. Key point. Let's drift into the next part of this video, which is how to make a friend. This is especially for the people who have difficulty just doing this in general. I personally am not like this. I used to be. I was kind of shy, and I think being on YouTube has opened me up a lot. It's helped my communication skills a lot, and also like just helped me in general to verbalize more, just be vulnerable. If you don't have an outlet like YouTube or someone to talk to, it can get a little bit draining because you just feel like you're bottling yourself up. Because in life you do need friendships, or you just need someone there just so you can open up to them, because life isn't really meant to be lived alone, honestly. I know I love my alone time, but if I'm alone too much, I become lonely. So if you have trouble making friends, then that says just a little bit about you already off the bat. It's not anything negative, it's just the fact that you're probably more of an introvert introverted person, or more on the shy side, or you just prefer being alone mostly. And that's okay. Like, most times that's okay, but it is really essential in life, I think, to have friends. So if you can make as much of an effort as you can towards it, then I think it's gonna be beneficial to you. So I think there's 3 key points in making a friend. I know the first point is to focus on the other person rather than yourself. So if I was having a conversation with someone and they right off the bat said, hey, how's it going, how have you been, and got a little bit more deeper in terms of like questions instead of more the generalized stuff like, how have you been, good, you know, those are general types of questions. I'd say if you're like at a club meeting or you're joining a new sport, whatever it may be, put yourself out there right off the bat, because it's gonna be a lot easier instead of finally talking to someone after it's been months that you've been a part of that team or club or sport, whatever it may be. A lot of us are shy, and I used to be that way, and it sucked. But as you start to open yourself up to more people and just talk in general, it becomes so much easier. And if you tell yourself that you're more confident in a situation, if you constantly feed yourself like positive things like, I am doing great, I can dominate this conversation, you know? Even if you do all these things and you feel like you haven't made a really good friend, you've made more of an acquaintance, at least that's a start. Acquaintances usually form from similar opinions, different activities you're involved in, it just really depends. So just putting yourself out there is the biggest thing. Ooh, the next thing I'd like to say is, since we were talking about acquaintances, if you would like to form more of a friendship out of an acquaintance, I know that I have a few acquaintances at school that I don't necessarily hang out with outside of school. And if you don't know the difference between the two, acquaintances are pretty much people that you share opinions with, or you have a good laugh with, or you just feel like you can talk to in like certain classes, and you're like, yeah, I really like them, like they could be a really good friend of mine, but you've never really stepped out of that acquaintance zone. I feel like I'm talking about the friend zone, but we're not talking about dating here. But if you want to take that next step into friendship, you really gotta open yourself up, whether that's emotionally or just situationally, whatever it may be. People just need to know that you're being genuine about deeper stuff, you know? Because some of the deep stuff can be a little like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. We are really stepping on a different level. But then it's also really encouraging. It's stepping deeper into the friendship. I don't know if this is helping at all. I am just throwing stuff out there, and this is kind of help for me. It can take a while depending on the person in terms of how well you put yourself out there. In middle school I sucked at it. I just conformed to the people around me and wanted their approval, and that was not good. But just the transition from middle school to high school helped me tremendously, because I had to force myself to hang out with different people, just to have different classes with other people and actually form friendships, and I had to put myself out there. So it was a good thing. But if you still haven't found that, don't give up. I'm just saying, like, being lonely is not that fun, but for those of you who do feel like that right now, and you watch a lot of YouTube videos, that can be really comforting too, just to know that there's people online that are there for you. But it is, I do think it's just so, it's so needed in life to have friends, or to have someone, even if you're like best friends with your mom or your dad or your siblings, like that can be enough, you know? So I love you guys, and if you would like to watch another video, my latest video, you can click right over here, and above my head there's a subscribe button like always where you can click and watch more videos like these, and just browse my channel and watch all the other ones. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Deuces!